Right.
Hi, Pat.
Hey, Lizzie. You all right?
Yeah, yes, thanks. How are you?
Good. Yes, good. Thanks. Not too bad. There's a few in here. Look, kick the week off well with a bit of legs. Good stuff. Right, I'll go get organised. I'm a little bit late, but won't matter too much. Those. One chair, I think, will be okay, I reckon.
Evening, mate.
Hey, Ellie. All right?
Yeah, not bad, man. Not bad. You?
Yeah, good, mate. Good. Yeah. Ready to kick the week off with another leg session?
Yeah, I just saw your occlusion thing, man. Jesus.
Metabolic, yeah, we've got a bit of metabolic today. So it's trying to keep the varied. So I think everyone's here, aren't they? So let's have while we're getting ready, let's have a quick whiz through the plan.
Yeah, Pat.
Right, so we're going to stick with the, obviously we keep saying this every session, we need to make strength our high priority. If you make muscular endurance stuff your priority, kind of you're ticking a different fitness box, I suppose. So these sessions are targeted around certainly maintenance with the muscle tissue that we have, maybe even if your nutrition is good, development of the muscle tissue. You know, we can get a little bit of muscular development training this way, so that's a good thing. So we're sticking with the strength theme. We're going to do quite a lot of unilateral stuff today. That's to make 50% of the less muscle groups handle the load, I suppose. So if we're using both legs at the same time, there's not enough stress there. So the unilateral stuff will help us make it specific to the goals of the session. So we've got a unilateral knee dominant movement, or well, 3 of those, which we're going to perform as a tri-set. So we know that is going to emphasize the quads just a little bit more than the sort of hamstring and glute area at the back of the leg. So we're going to work through the knee dominant tri-sets first. Then we're going to work through the hip dominant tri-sets. We've got some hip dominant movements to do so that we're making sure that we're not just battering on the quads all the time. That's a common mistake in the gyms and in these environments. When people train, it's all quads, and they don't do any hamstring and glutes, and you end up with imbalances anterior, posterior, front to back. And that's when you pick up your hamstring pulls and everything else. So we need to make sure that everything's in balance. So we're making sure that we've got a hip dominant movement to go along with our knee dominant. We've got a bit of metabolic stress to follow that. So everyone loves the Bootstrappers. This time we're going to do the Bootstrappers a bit differently. Last time we did the Bootstrappers, we did a Tabata style, which is 4 minutes of work with a lot of occlusion at the bottom. You know, the Tabata stuff, if you remember, we were resting for 50% of the time at the bottom, which really the occlusion effect is much greater that way. But now we're just gonna smash 2 minutes for reps. We're going to have a bit of a competition between us. Hopefully that sort of competitive element will bring out that sort of extra 5 or 10% out of us. Just don't beat me by too many, will you? And then we're into the lower leg stuff now. The calf, you know, the smaller muscle group, we hit the calf when we're sort of fatigued at the end. We're going to do that unilateral. So we're going to try the low squat calf raise, mid squat calf raise, tall calf raise, single leg. So it's really going to reduce our body's capacity to do a high amount of reps. So you're really going to get a strength foundation for the lower leg as well. So, you know, a bit different to what we've done in the past. So it's going to be tough. Well, this is only as tough as you make it, isn't it? But I'm sure everyone's going to push really, really hard and get the best out of it. So we need a quick warm up. You're going to need, if you're on a carpet, you can do this both ways. We need to make some slide pads. So if you're on a carpet, Tupperware, dish, lid, great, no problem. You can make your feet slippery with that. If you're on a hard floor, just those dusters that we've been using for the slide push-ups and stuff for the upper body. So you can go both ways with those. You're going to need a sturdy chair, and I'll demonstrate why. There's a movement in today's workout that we've not done before. So we're going to add in a chair step up. It's a simple movement, but you need to make sure that you've got enough height above you for your head, and you need to make sure that your chair's strong enough, really. So what what I wanted to mix in was some of these sort of chair step-ups where we drive up and then come back down. Drive up and then come back down, only as a finisher, as part of our unilateral knee dominant stuff. So while we're sort of getting set, if you want to have a quick go at that movement, as that the rest of the movements you'll all be quite familiar with. So that's a new one that we're going to sort of throw in. So make sure that whatever you're using as a chair is strong enough to do that, and you have enough space above you and around you to safely perform that movement. So safety first, of course, you know. The idea behind these sessions is to make the body better, not injure it and make it worse. So make sure you're safe enough to do that, and we'll have a quick warm up to kick us off.
Yeah.
Right, I think I need to take these gloves off and put some shorts on. Shorts today. So a bit of mobilisation to start with, raising the body temperature, and then we're into the legs, Monday leg session. So I'm going to keep the chair close to hand. Raise body temperature first to start with, so little jogs on the spot. You know, just by nature of getting up on the tiptoes, we're activating our calves already. Just by getting up on the tiptoes, ankle, knee, hip. Planes again, so I always talk about these planes movement. So getting that abduction in this frontal plane, upper and lower body if you're raising the hands. Okay, back into that dog. If you're using the same ones, sort of jogging on the spot, cross country skiers next, only because it opens up the hips a little bit differently. A bit more hip flexor, a little bit more glute. This way. Still up on the tiptoes, loads of calves, bit of ankles. Raise the heart rate, the body temperature. Dog. All right, think about these hips first then, legs a little shake out. Let's talk about these hip flexors. So bring the knees up. Nice high hand. Let's add some internal, external rotation to that. So stepping over, that's sort of, I don't know, stepping over a fence or something, just to get that external rotation. We can reverse that movement now. Bring it in. Still hitting hip flexor. Make sure raising this knee up. Couple more. Into some steady squats. Knees tracking the toes. Head up, chest out. Folding at the pelvis. Hip hinge. Driving the heels down. Want to open up that hip flexor now. So we're going to drop into some lunges. So reverse lunge. So take that step back. Stay nice and tall. Drop and push that hip flexor forward. There's no need to rush these reps. Back, drop and push. Feel that trailing leg. Hip flexor. Stretch out. A couple more. Up onto the tiptoes just quickly. Just get those calves. Might be calves at the back end, but that's okay. Just get the calves going. Just quickly with the chair then. So just let that leg swing. Remember what we said last week about where the toes point? We can get internal and external rotation of the femur, of the long bone of the top of the thigh, at the hip, where it sort of joins into the hip in that socket. So it's all about the planes, frontal plane this, but we can also get that rotation in the transverse plane if we can. And that's another plane of movement that we're sort of preparing the body for. And change over. Shaping and strengthening these legs today. Often neglected in the gym, as you'll all have noticed. Everyone's dead keen, certainly the lads anyway, to train the upper body. Nobody wants to train the legs because it's hard work. So, bit of hip flexor and a little bit of hamstring glute. So just let the legs swing through. Using your chair for balance. Last little bit of mobilisation now. Change over. So we've got a little tricep to kick us off. Knee dominant. I've tried to organise these exercises, these movements, in order of their sort of difficulty, how much they're going to tax you. So I'm there. So we've got levitation squat, the hardest of the three, chair pistol squat, second hardest of the three, and the chair step ups, the easiest of the three. So the idea being you fatigue yourself to the breakdown of technique, to failure with one. You can continue to work with the second one, which is a bit easier. You can continue to work to the third one, it's a bit easier. So we've got the movements, quick recap. So we're going to stick with whichever leg you start with. Let's say I start with my right leg over here. I've got my levitation squat. I'm going to push them to failure, obviously 4 reps. Then I've got my chair pistol squat, right side. I'm going to push those to failure. Quite tough. Then I'm going to come in to my knee drive ups. Now I want to snap these hips, so that is not a step up. All right, there's nothing going on here at these 2 joints. All right, I want to make sure that I'm firing this through to help this straighten. All right, up I come, and down. Up, hip. Think about driving that hip through. Okay, and that's going to be the easiest of the 3 movements, but by the time you get to it, it's going to be quite tough. You're going to have done a lot of reps. There's going to be a lot of fatigue in that right side, and we're going to use it as that little finisher of the mechanical drop set of the tricep. We're going to run this twice each leg, so we're going to smash the right leg, little shake out, smash the left leg, 90 seconds rest, run that twice. All right then, so as soon as you're ready, in your own time, we've done these movements before. Levitation squat, chair pistol squat, adding in now, compared to previous weeks, that chair step up. So in your own time then, we can work through these reps. Remember, the whole point of these sessions, or one of the big boxes that we want to tick on these sessions, is really making the best of the negative. All right, so don't rush the reps. We don't care how long it takes. Time under tension trumps the amount of reps that we do every time. All right, so right side for me, levitation squat, hips square, shoulders square, slow negative, fold at the hip hinge, fold at the pelvis, drive that heel down, knee tracks the toes. Got a little assistance here on my left side, and up. I can already feel that in my quads. 2, so we know these are worthwhile movements, athletic movements, training on our feet. Better than sitting down on some leg machine. They've got their place. You want to train like an athlete, up on those feet. Set your rep target. 5. No need to rush the reps. 6. Big drive up from the bottom. 7. 8. Burning already. That's not great, is it, burning this early in? Couple more. That's 1. Good negatives. All right, that's 12 on my right side. Let's get into these chair pistol squats. Try not to rest too much between your transitions. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Control that descent. I can already feel my negative leaving me. Got to be aware of that. Knees track the toes. 1 more. Into my step ups. Right leg. Very tired now on this right leg. Make sure I snap these hips. Slow negatives. Snap the hip. Head up, chest out. Oh, quads burning like hell. 8, 9, 10. Oh, that was a hard set. Quick breather. Right side done. I think I got 12, 10, 10 or something like that. So left side. Don't rest too long before we get into the left side. Levitation squat. Chair pistol squat. Chair step ups. Right, left side for me. You have to put that trailing leg down on the floor to get the range, fine, but get it off the floor as soon as you can. So you're working with the maximum amount of weight as you can. 8, 9, come on, we get to 12. Same amount of reps on my left leg. 10, come on. Good negatives. Last one. Pistol squat. Don't rest too long in between your transitions. Drop that down a little. Better view. Oh, sitting down too heavily there. Light touch. Slow. Better. Think about the quality of your reps. We talked about moving your body from A to Z the other day. The journey from B to Y, so you're not just moving from A to Z, it's the quality of the whole rep, if you can. One more. Chair step ups left side. Hands for balance. Here we go. Snap. Back down. Squeeze. Hips come through. Burning now. Come on. Lost the balance a bit on that last rep. Once you've done a tricep both sides, take that little breather. Heart rate comes up naturally because there's quite an amount of reps there when you add in the left and the right side. I think I've got 12, 10, 10 on the left side there for my first set. Good couple of minutes breather. Just let these legs recover. We're going to run that one more time each side before moving into our hip dominant triceps unilaterally again if we can. I'll get that heart rate to come down. Take some fluids on board. Sugar laden fluids. Obviously not bothered about body fat at the moment. So tough start there. 3 challenging movements that require balance, strength, coordination, I suppose. All the things that, you know, you train, you come into the gym and you sit yourself on some of these leg extension machines, leg press machines, leg curl machines. You're not building any of that. You've got to do some movements where you're on your feet. You know, your ground-based closed chain movements, we call them. build athleticism. All right, so it's a good way. Train like an athlete. You know, for those of you who play sport, perform like one. You know, so it's some positive crossover there as well. Right then, if you're feeling good, you feel ready, let's run that tricep again. So I'm going to start with the right side again, because the left side's still recovering. As many reps as I can across this tricep, this mechanical drop set. Quick shake off. I'm going to hit my left side after. So I've got a rough idea in my head of what I did last time rep wise. But nice to get nice and close to that if I can. Here we go. Right side for me. Levitation squat kicks us off. Technique, negative portion of the rep. Hip hinge, square shoulders, square hips. This leg is not doing much. You can touch down if flexibility is an issue, but get it off the floor as soon as you can on the performing of the sort of concentric of the rep on the way up. Right, here we go. Get deep into that single leg levitation squat. You've got a spot on the chair. That's going to keep you balanced. And you can press down through that hand if you need some help from the bottom of the rep. What we've been doing these now 3 weeks, I can already feel these are stronger than when we first did them. Couple more. Last one. Oh, as tough as that. Chair pistol squat, same side. Slow descent, light touch. Try and keep everything square. Easier said than done. This movement. Knees track the toes. Touch down if you need to with that non-working leg, just for balance if you need it. Feeling my lower back a little bit. That's okay though. Lower back's working with. 2 more. 12, 10. 10 step ups would be nice now. Right side. Hip snap. 3. Feeling my quads. 6. 7. 2 more. 9. 10. Oh yeah, that was tough. Whew. Try not to sit down this time. That lower back, recover a bit of the lower back a bit there. Don't rest too long. Left side, same thing. Nearly there now with this knee dominant stuff. Here we go. Left side. Hinge at the hips. Slow descent. Hips square. Shoulders as square as you can. You're not going to get it right every time, but keep that in the forefront of your mind. Knees tracking those toes. Come on. 8. 9. 10. 2 more. 11. 12. Your leg. Pistol squat. Left side. 1. 2. 3. Keep them going. Oh, not a great rep there. Get good reps. 5. 6. 7, 8. 2 more for me then, come on. 9, good negative. Drive. Chair step ups left side. That's it. 10 reps would be good. Here we go. Halfway there. Quads are burning. 2 more. Last one. And a well-earned rest there. Oh. Quads and lower back for me. Now keep going until you finish your reps up. Tough that, tough start. Good rest now, fluids on board. Let's talk about these hip dominant movements that we've got next. Try and hit the bit of glutes, bit of hams. Well, a bit more hamstrings than glutes, I think, on these movements. But the glutes will be there with them. Okay, so next tricep that we're going to look at, just while you guys are recovering and taking your fluids on board. Where are we going for time? Coming up 1/2 past. Yeah, okay. Ideally, I've written this down as unilateral all the way through. What that means is single leg. Fancy way of saying single leg. Start with the right side, say. Start with the right side last time. Slide hamstring curl with one leg. You're not going to get very many reps. If you can't get 3 good reps, 4 good reps, do this bilateral. Do this with both legs at the same time. If you're strong enough to complete some good reps, it'll be great for the strength of the posterior leg for you to persevere with this as a unilateral. I'll demonstrate these movements in just a second. So slide hamstring curl, single leg, elevated hip thrust, single leg, non-elevated hip thrust, single leg. Many reps as you can, same as what we've just done. Quick shake out, swap to the left side. So I'll give you a little demo of some of these movements. Position this a little lower. Right, let's have a look. Chair to one side, so that you've got a little bit of a easy transition in just a second. Something that's slippery. So you've got your slide pad, or if you're on your hard floor, you've got your dusters. So I've got my Tupperware dish acting as my slide pad. I want to get down on the floor there in this position where we sort of can hit the hamstring. That's not a good view. Hopefully that's a little bit better. Okay, so from there, the hip ideally needs to be up, hands are out for balance, and your sort of thoracic spine, your mid-back, is what's supporting you on the floor. Elevate this leg. All I'm looking to do is slide underneath with that leg. This hip stays up as high as you can. Single leg, you're not going to get that hip all the way up, but we're looking for a strength element for the hamstring. So you know, just persevere with it, see how you go. Keep the glute off the floor. 1, 2, 3. Try the single leg stuff. As many reps there as you can. Straight into these elevated hip thrusts. Right angles, legs straight. Up we go. You'll get a better rep there. As many reps as we can there. When you've lost the ability to do good reps, kick that chair out the way, and we're just going to go restricted range, off the floor, single leg still, just to finish off the posterior of that leg. Back to back, it's going to be tough, this. If you're getting 6 or 7 reps on the first one, that's brilliant. I'm shooting for 10 to 12 after that. Maybe with 10 to 12 on the floor afterwards as a finisher for about 30 reps total on this set. Again, mechanical drop set up so that the first movement is the most challenging, second movement's intermediate, third movement is the easiest one, to allow for fatigue setting in through the set. All right then, same idea, that we're getting the same stimulus that we just got for the front of the leg, we're getting for the sort of posterior this side this time. Starting with my right side, I'll demonstrate those on the left. Starting with the right side, in your own time, away we go. So the first thing you're going to notice when performing these unilateral hamstring curls is your inability through one leg to keep the hips up. Just do your best, all right? Just don't worry about it, no problem. If you want to do as many single leg as you can, if it's 3 or 4, you can always do another 2 or 3 with 2 legs. Afterwards, right, just to keep the sort of share that workload. You've got your right side to be fatigued, sharing that workload with your fresh left side. Right, here we go. See how many we can get. 1, 2, already feel that on the hamstring. 3, 4, drive up as you curl. 5, 6, 7, one more. 8, sharing. 6. Come on. 8. Get those hips up. 9. 10. 2 more. Yes. Slides done. Elevated's done. Off the floor. 2, 3. Hips as high as you can. 5, 6. 8, 10, 10. Happy with that. You can really feel it in the hamstring on the right side. A little recovery for me before we start the left side. I'm not resting too long. 15, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, just to let the heart rate come down, get my bearings, get myself set up. Unilateral slides first. Here we go. Drive the hips up as you're curling. Do your best to push your hips up. Hips come up with every rep. God, they're tough. You've certainly got a strength element there. Second movement. 2, 2 more pass. Last one. 2 movements out of 3. Floor-based stuff now. Oh, 2 more. Last one. Oh, that was hard. You need a good breather there. How tough. Single leg slide hamstring curls. If you can't do single leg, you could do regular reps, but bilateral, both legs at the same time. Into single leg elevated hip thrust. Into single leg hip thrust, non-elevated. Halfway there, go to that one more time, each leg. Then into the metabolic training in a minute. Right then, 30 seconds. No sense hanging around too long. Right side kicks us off, or for me it did anyway. Oh, so as we slide the heel in, do your best to really squeeze your glutes and push your hips up to the ceiling. It's really hard off single leg unilateral stuff, but great strength builder in the back of the leg. As soon as you're ready then, feel free to crack through this second tricep. Tricep on the right side, shake off, tricep on the left side. All right then, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Into the chair. 1, 2, hips up. 3, 4, 5. Try and squeeze at the top of every rep. Can't strain your hamstrings. 2 more. To the floor. Oh, come on. Oh, 7, 10, 10. Little breather. Just a little one. Touch your recovery before I start the left side. 7, 10, 10. That'd be nice on the left side. We can get that. Here we go. Slide pad first. Tupperware dish, cloth, whatever you're using to make that foot slippery. Come on, Pat. Here we go then. Hips up. Terrible effort on the hips. Hip. 4, 5, 6. One more. 7. Oh, chair in. 90 degrees. Hip. 90 degrees knee. Come on, hips up. 1. That's a better rep. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh my God. Last bit. Come on. On restricted range. You'll feel the range restrict on this one, but the muscles are still working. Oh, done. Whew. That was tough. Keep chipping away through your reps. Take a good rest after you've done your 2 triceps each side, left and right side. God, I can feel that in my hamstrings. Really felt the knee dominant stuff in the quads. Really felt the hip dominant stuff in the hamstrings. That gives you a little bit of insight into choosing movements that you can work in to your leg training that help you hit those different parts of the leg. That's the nice thing about these sort of classes, isn't it? These group sessions, even though during these weird times, but you guys are working in your homes and I'm just in the gym here on my own. We're kind of part of a group, because there's absolutely no way that I'll be doing this training on my own. You know, I'm only doing it because you guys are doing it. And I'm sure you're thinking, I wouldn't do this on my own unless sort of we were all doing this together. So, you know, it does train as part of a group. It does bring the best out in your effort levels, really. So, yeah, good way of doing it. So we've done the knee dominant stuff. We've done the hip dominant trisets. Metabolic stress is next, unfortunately. We've got 2 minutes. Go at your own pace. Rest as much as you want to. 2 minutes for reps on Bootstrappers. Certainly get the waste products going around in the quads. Metabolic stress. Fighting that burn, that lactic acid, that metabolite build-up on a sort of cellular level in the legs. Yeah, tough. You know, mental battle as well. I suppose this sort of training. You know, how much can you fight through that sort of burn? Let's keep count of the reps just for, and we'll have a little tally up at the end of the session. See how many reps everybody did, just for a little bit of competitive entertainment, I suppose. So just a quick reminder of the Bootstrappers then, for those who maybe blanked them from their memory last time we did them. I don't blame you if you did. Feet 6, 8, 10 inches apart. Knees tracking the toes. Really important that you let your foot pivot on the ball of the foot there. You don't need to keep your heel on the floor. In fact, your heel doesn't come to the floor at all, really, if you don't want it to. And then that takes away a little bit the emphasis of being really flexible in the hamstring. Flexible hamstrings is a prerequisite for this movement, as is a healthy knee, in that it can be in this open position when you're sat at the bottom. So good mobility in the ankle, good mobility in the knee. Nice flexible hamstrings really are precursors for this. Thumbs on the floor in front of your toes, so you're making a nice 10-inch square in front of you, sort of sprinter position with the hands. Knees inside in the elbows, don't want to be outside, as we're going to release some of that tension on the quad and put it onto the sort of the inner thigh a little. So we want to be in a little bit if we can, and then from there, 90% straight. There's 1 rep. Sit back down. 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's your reps. 90% straight to sitting on the heels. Let your feet pivot on the balls of the feet. Happy days. 2 minutes to crank out as many reps as we can. Get me timer. Right, here's my timer. Let's pop it there where we can see what's going on. It's not working now. Typical. Here we go. It's working now. So starting in 30 seconds time. 2 minutes of Bootstrappers. It's a long time, it's 120 seconds. You say it like it's nothing, but you will be feeling it pretty much from the off. Rest as much as you want at the bottom of the movement. Try not to rest at the top, and then you get that occlusion benefit. Right, here we go then. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Away you go, count your reps. Thirty seconds in. Oh, little rest. All right, halfway there, minute to go. Kick it in now. Oh, 40 seconds. Oh. 25 seconds. Knees inside the elbows, Pat. 20 seconds. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Oh, oh, the quads. Oh, oh, oh. Good rest there. I'm not ignoring you, I just can't speak. Oh. Oh. 2 minutes worth of bootstrappers. Oh. Good rest there. Stretch out the quad if you feel you need it. What's the time? Just gone 1:45.
Please tell me we're not doing another set of them.
No, just one set, Dan. Just one set. I'm glad I'm not the only one feeling that way.
Now they're brutal, Pat. Brutal.
Go on in. While we're having a breather, then, how many did you get?
I got 92. I don't know if that's good or bad.
I got 97.
67.
60. I thought I'm going to get 100. I'm going to get 100, but no, didn't quite make it.
I only
60
got
on that one.
How many?
60 for me.
60. That's all right. Early is good.
I got
It's tough. Is that tough going?
Oh,
Right,
think
to finish off the legs, then we've done plenty of quad stuff. We've done plenty of hamstring stuff. We know the glutes, whilst not working maximally, they've been assisting the hamstring work. We've done some metabolic. We've done some strength. Let's see if we can get into some unilateral stuff for the lower leg, then the calf. Give you a quick demo as to my thoughts on this one. I've not done this one myself before, so let's just see. Let's see how it sort of, well, I'll get a feel for it just now, actually. Let's see how we go. So you'll need your chair just in front of you, just so that you've got something to sort of balance yourself. So previously on this one, we've done some calf raises there, bilateral, and then we've come into the midpoint, done the same, and then we've come tall and done the same. So I was thinking it might be a bit of progression, a bit of moving on. Maybe we can try and do this single leg. So if I take this one leg out behind me, I can rest it on the floor if I want. I've still got a very, very high percentage of my body weight going through this one leg. So I'm going to go up onto the tiptoe there. Yeah, very tough. It's going to really reduce the amount of reps that I can do. Maybe if you can't do the unilateral stuff at the bottom, very, very challenging there. It might be worth doing bilateral at the bottom, the first portion, and then coming up halfway, then going unilateral at the halfway, at that sort of half squat position, then up tall. We're going to finish off up tall. It's hardest at the bottom, and the further up you come into that natural body position, the more the meat of the calf, the gastrocnemius, the bigger part of the calf can work. That's why it feels easier at the top. The soleus underneath, the lower part, is working harder at the bottom, and it's not as natural a position to be in. That's why it's tougher at the bottom. So that's why we do the bottom position first. That's the hardest. The further up you come, like a mechanical drop set, the mechanics of the lift get easier as you progress through them. So that's why we're structuring things the way we are. Have a go at some single leg at the bottom. If they're just not doable, go 2 legs, dual leg, bilateral, both things at the same time. Then when you come to that midpoint, switch to one, switch to unilateral at the top. Same for the left side and the right side. We'll run that twice. Last 5 minutes now, 5, 6, 7 minutes on the calves. Then we'll have a good stretch off. So as soon as you're ready, as soon as you feel good, the calves haven't done too much today. So whilst we're probably feeling generally fatigued, as you do when you hit these big muscle groups, the calves are reasonably fresh. So we can get in and get stuck into the calves. Right then, here we go. bottom of the movement. Let's try some single leg. Nice. Single leg's going to be too tough at the bottom of there. Go bilateral at the bottom. 1, 2, maybe 12 to 15. 11, 12. Then I'm going to stay on my right side. Right side. 1, 2. Try not to put too much weight through the chair. Right angles at the knee. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Up I come to the top. 1, 2, 3. A bit easier at the top. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. Oh, tough though. Managed 12 reps all the way. Quick shake out. Once you've done your right side or left side, whichever side you start with, not too much rest before we get straight into your opposing side. Stay low on these so there's an occlusion effect. 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Right, into my left side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2 more. 11, 12. Now I can come up tall. Traditional reps. Body's happier in this position. 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, first set done. Little breather. Oh, man. Still tough. Smaller muscle group. Still hard though. Last set coming up. Then a nice stretch off. What time is it? 5-2. Okay. If you feel good and ready, go again. One more time through left and right sides on the calves. Starting with my right side, bilateral at the bottom. As you come up, you know it gets easier. You can switch to the unilateral stuff. See if I can get 12s again. Set my stall out. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. Leg half bent. Here we go. Whoops. That balance. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. These are hard in the middle. Oh, up to the top. 12. Oof. Oh, tough that on the right side. Quick shake out. Same on the left side to finish this leg session off. Okay. Here we go. 12 reps, left side. Two more. Okay, halfway up. Here we go. 1, 2, 12, oh, 2 out of 3. Come on, last bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Done. Legs done. Hard session, but worthwhile. Just goes to show you don't have to have tons of weights to smash your legs. You know, you can do it with your body weight, and you can structure it so that you've got strength as your primary focus. You just have to do unilateral stuff. If speed and power was our goal, which we can make our goal one day, one of the sessions, you do fast explosive movements bilaterally, or you could do some single leg bounding, quite harsh on the knees though, for those of us who've got not the best of knees. So, you know, there's ways to structure these sessions to tick the various different boxes. Right then, if you guys have recovered, let's quickly whiz through a few stretches. Let's have a look. Something to pad out those knees so that you've got to stretch when we stretch the quads, it's nice and comfortable. Just go and get me mat. Okay. Trap your leg up on the chair. Drop that knee down into the floor on something that's nice and soft. And we're going to get that trailing heel into the glute to stretch out that quad and hip flexor. Holding at that point of discomfort. 15 to 20 seconds there. Stretch out those quads. Bit of flexibility to finish the session. Heart rate down as well. Just coming out of the exercise phase now. And change over. Side now. Heel. I get the glute and the heel nice and close together. You'll feel the rec fem at the top, quads, hip flexor. Fifteen, 20 seconds at that point, discomfort on the quad. Stretching out those quads. And relax there. Up onto your feet now then. Hamstring and inner thigh next. So remember what we said about the hips for these stretches next. You have your hip in extension because it adds more length. So you don't want to, you know, your hamstring attaches up at the top of your pelvis around here. So if you can increase the distance from here to here, you're going to put the hamstring on more stretch. If I come into flexion, I'm reducing the gap here. I want to maximize that gap by coming into extension, almost anterior pelvic tilt. And then as I tip at the pelvis a little bit, I don't have to have all this thoracic flexion. I can stay tall. And then I'm going to hit this, I'm going to hit that stretch. Just tip your pelvis backwards and you'll amplify this stretch so much more. You're increasing the gap from just underneath your knee into the top of this pelvis. So the hamstring wraps right round here. That's why you'll feel it more if you come into extension. 20 seconds at that point of discomfort. Keep your toes nice and close to you as well. And change over. Oh no, let's tip 90 degrees to the right. So let's hit the inner thigh. Drop down into your adductor stretch there. 20 seconds there. And relax there. Change over then. Hamstring opposite side. Remember what we said. about hip extension as opposed to flexion. You're changing the position of the hip in relation to where it inserts on the lower leg. Top tib, just below the knee. Head up, chest out. We don't need too much torso flexion or flexion through my thorax. Stay tall. Always good practice to try and get less flexion and less kyphosis and up nice and tall. Keep these toes nice and close to you. Push your hips backwards, almost some anterior pelvic tilt for this stretch. Turn 90 degrees into the opposing adductor, inner thigh. "20 seconds on this one. Then we're going to get the outer sort of glute med, outer hip next. And then into the calves. We know we've had a nice stretch off for the legs. Relax there. Use the chair now for a little bit of balance. Sit in, doesn't matter which way around you go here, really. Figure of 4, sitting in, using this hand just for a little bit of balance. Feel that in your outer hip. Oh, quick change, quick swap. Oh, yeah, feel that one. Outer hip. Relax there. Lastly, the calves. It's down so it's easier to see. And this is a sprint with the hands. Back leg straight, or leg on the floor straight. Get the heel nice and close. Non-stretching leg, just resting on the Achilles region. Push that weight back. Feel that stretch just take it on the calf. Hold it there. Quick change. Feel that one. Relax. Oh. Tough one for legs. Not a single weight involved other than our body weight. So using our body weight as the resistance to stimulate those physical improvements. Another good one. Monday, legs, kicks the week off. Thursday, next day for upper body push, chest, shoulders, triceps. And then Friday for upper body pull. Well done, everyone. Thanks for getting involved. Yeah, have a good week, and I'll catch you all on Thursday.
Cheers, Pat. See you later, man.
Pleasure. No worries. Thanks a lot. Cheers, Airlie.
Thanks.
Take it easy.
Bye.
No worries.
Thanks, Pat.
That's okay.
Bye.
And you, anytime.